Of course, the heart of the Woody Guthrie Center are the original handwritten lyrics to This Land Is Your Land, originally titled God Blessed America, in response to Kate Smith's idealized version of Irving Berlin's song God Bless America that was all over the airwaves whenever Woody was writing this. This is right after Woody had traveled from Pampa, Texas to Los Angeles and then had trekked across the country to New York, nearly freezing to death in Philadelphia, by the way. And while he thought, yes, this is an amazing land and we have so many blessings, it's beautiful, he also saw his people and he saw some problems with the way they were being treated. Things like signs that said no trespassing when there was a field full of orchards and fruits and vegetables and people on the other side were starving. Why can't we go in there and share the bounty of this land? So this was his response. And while a lot of people know this as a happy sing-along song from school, the sing-along versions don't include the verses that are our favorites. The ones about as I went walking, I saw a sign that said private property, but on the other side it didn't say nothing. That side was made for you and me. Or those commentaries on seeing people in line at the relief office. And as they stood there hungry, I stood there wondering, is this land made for you and me? Woody was pretty direct about what he was thinking at this time. But honestly, this is an observation on what he was seeing. At the bottom, he writes, all you can write is what you see. That's exactly what he was doing. The very next day, he wrote a song called Women's Hats. He was sitting on in a second-story apartment, watching all of the women walking down the street and the different kinds of hats that they were wearing. So he wrote an observation piece on women's hats. So all you can write is what you see. What do you see? What are you going to write? So we currently have 3 exhibit cases celebrating the 80th anniversary of Woody writing This Land Is Your Land. As part of the history, in this case, we have the sheet music from Irving Berlin's God Bless America. We have a photo of where Woody would have been staying at Hanover House, right here. An album from the Carter family of When the World's on Fire. It sounds a lot like the melody of This Land Is Your Land. And the song that he wrote the next day, Women's Hats, right here. And also during that week, he wrote They Laid Jesus Christ in His Grave. He was writing about everything during this week, everything he was observing, the human condition, the way we were sharing things, everything he was thinking, he was writing about. I really love that about Woody's legacy. It didn't have to be, everything didn't have to be very deep and dramatic or insightful. Some of it's playful. And some of his most interesting music are the playful things. But then there are some really serious ones too. So he covers all bases.